Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you. So guys, if you've been following this channel for any length of time, you know that I have a whole series that talks about
Lesbians.
Lesbian.
Lesbians.
Lesbians. Lesbian.
Lesbians. Lesbians.
Lesbian.
Lesbians.
Lesbians.
Lesbians. Lesbians.
and how there's a bunch of girls that go over and date lesbians, and then they think that it's easier to date girls, and they figure out that it's not. And guys, you might remember this knucklehead right here, okay? And she pointed out a phenomenon that I did some research on that actually happens more than I thought, where bisexual chicks, like lesbians, don't appreciate bisexual chicks because what happens is that bisexual girls will fool around with girls and ultimately end up settling down with or marrying guys, which really, really makes lesbians angry, okay? So guys, we're going to revisit this video here, but before we do, guys, like, subscribe, join the lives Tuesday and Thursdays at 8 p.m., and let's get into this, guys.
If you're a lesbian or a bi woman or anyone in like WW like spaces, please watch this video because there's a couple stitches, but I want you guys to watch this real quick. I mentioned in my last video about how there's a lot of bi women out there who will use women for sex, who will just like, they're like, oh, I'm bisexual, but they only talk about the sexual part of their experience, but not the romantic part of their experience, and it ultimately just turns into them just sexualizing women. People in the comments are like, that's not true, that's just sweeping generalization. Alternatively, like I said, there'll be stitches of people who are like, no, I literally do this. I literally only sexualize women. I do not want to marry a woman, and that's just me. I just don't want to, it's not really internal issues. I just don't want to marry a woman. I can't even think of a reason why, other than I want masculinity and dominance in a relationship. And there's things that women could provide, but I put...
Boom. Right there, guys. Right there. I let it go for a little while. She said that there are women that sexualize women but say that they would never marry them. Right? And then she said that they want dominance and masculinity, which are things that women can provide. Every time I hear that, guys, it makes me laugh, all right? Yes, guys, this is an actual thing, and I have an article here that we'll go over. But guys, her hashtags, once again, are hashtag women loving women lesbian, hashtag LDHDTV, hashtag women who love women. What? Okay, hashtag bi women, hashtag queer TikTok, hashtag black women. Okay, guys, anyways.
Put them in such a specific box that the literal patriarchy has put women in for centuries that in queer spaces I can't even...
There it is. There's a page of patriarchy, guys. Once again, they have to blame us. They're blaming women who date women who leave women, but they're still blaming us, guys. Come on.
Outside of that aspect of why women can't actually fulfill those needs, because I've been taught to that it's only fulfilled by men. The worst part about it is people saying, like, what's the issue, Brie? Like, why do you care about whether or not, like, what they do, right? Like, that doesn't change anything about you if bi women do whatever, and go by this.
Oh, guys, once again, this is one of those people where she's like Destiny. You know, that blue-haired guy that talks really fast. If I talk really fast, blah, 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 right? Those people that think that speaking really, really quickly makes you sound smart. It makes your points, like, more valid if you can machine gun points at people or just speak really, really, really fast. Ben Shapiro does that. Destiny does that. Like Myron from Fresh and Fit, he does that too, to a certain extent. Not as bad as like Destiny does, but Destiny always like it's like, dude, what? You know what I mean? And this is one of those people. Annoying.
That label, but it hurts and demeans like WOW relationships, specifically my like lesbian relationships, where you're like, okay, I'm a lesbian, and people don't see two women together as a valid and true relationship. Why do you think that is? And why do you think that, like, you guys saying like, oh, I'm okay with sexualizing, but I don't see like a relationship with a woman as a valid and true endpoint for me, is not hurtful for other WOW, or how that viewpoint like affects young gays and young, like, just queer people in general, but like men in general too, like men who are like, oh, that's how she thinks, my bi girlfriend thinks that, so why can't we open a relationship and just have it be, let's unicorn chase, or let's have only her date women but not men, because men are actual relationships. Men equates to actual relationships. And for you guys to think that like I'm saying this as a way to say like you guys shouldn't date men, that I respect that label. If you want to date a man, date a man. I don't care. Believe it or not.
As she's on TikTok complaining, she says she doesn't care. Right.
Or not, lesbians decenter men in their lives. I don't talk about men because I don't care about men. I don't. I talked about this because I want to date women. Surprise! Not that it matters, but
She says that she doesn't care about men, guys, but she used misogyny and patriarchy in this rant of hers.
Mention this. Every woman I've dated has been bi or pan. Bi, pan, label. I have never dated a lesbian. Never in my life have I dated a lesbian. I'd like to. And again, if you're sitting here as a bi woman and you're sitting here like attacking my video saying like how I like was making shit up, which was insane to me to hear, then that's shitty to say. Like that's an actual experience that a lot of lesbians go through. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this. If you're a lesbian and you've been through, if you dated bi women and you felt like she treats you as a placeholder, if you felt like, you know, she was only like her only end goal was with a man and she didn't actually see you as like a legitimate partner, comment below. Literally comment, and you don't even say the actual experience. Comment a fruit emoji below. And I promise you, and not even if you're a lesbian, if you're just any woman, loving woman ever, comment below. And I promise you you'll see something. If you're a lesbian.
So guys, first of all, there are no fruits in her comments, all right? And second of all, guys, I want us to come up with a term for people that this happens to, right? Because I want to call like bisexual chicks that mess around with chicks, but then ultimately end up with dudes. Call them like eggplant widows. You know how they say that a chick can be alpha widowed? Call them eggplant widows because they just kind of mess around with the chicks, but they miss the eggplant, right? And for the lesbians, I don't know. Maybe we can call them like, I don't know, eggplant burned or something. You got eggplant burned or whatever. I don't know. Guys, we have an article here now called Why Bisexual Women Struggle in Lesbian Relationships, okay? And this is written by V. Kinsley, okay? He says, so within every lesbian community, there exists a tale as old as time. A proverb as common as it is contentious. Bi women cheat, betray, and ultimately leave never for another woman, but for a man. There it is, guys. Eggplant widows, bro. These girls go over and mess around with girls, with like lesbians, and then they go back to guys. Eggplant widows, guys. That's what I'm going to call them, all right? Okay. Like those who flee the tumults of the city life for quieter and less complicated pastures, the bisexual women may seem destined in the eyes of gay women to trade the grits and hardships of queer life for the suburbs of Heteroville. Now this person, guys, I'm not going to read the rest of this part because this person says that they're a bi woman, but I think that they're a transformer. So, I'm all types of confused here, okay? All right, okay. Here we go. So, okay. There are more straight men out there than gay men, and simple math tells us that a bisexual woman is more likely to end up with a man than another woman, this says. Okay? And this person says, I recently sat down for coffee with my lesbian acquaintance who'd been dumped a month earlier by a bi woman. She says, I just don't feel comfortable dating bi women anymore. Like I'd never be able to settle down and feel secure. She told me, when they leave for other men. When they leave for men. I'm just sick of being burned by it. So guys, what does this sound like? This sounds like a guy who, you know, some beta male simp whose wife or girlfriend was with Chad back in the day, was with, you know, an NBA player or rich guy or whatever, and he knows these lesbians are going through the same thing that Will Smith is going through with Jada Pinkett, right? With Jada Pinkett's alpha widowed, right? She wants to be with Tupac. And these bi chicks, they're eggplant widows. These lesbians know that deep down inside that these chicks probably want to be with guys, so they're like, you know what I'm saying? And guys, I didn't know that this was this common of a thing. Right? And then, of course, guys, look at this. But even more insidious hurdle to a bi and lesbian pairing is plain old-fashioned misogyny. Because, of course, they have to blame us, guys. Of course. Guys, you had to have known that this was going to happen, right? You had to have known this. Guys, we are always getting blamed for this, always. And look, conversely, many of my lesbian friends have complained of bi women disappearing after a few dates or ghosting them, as it's been called these days. I can't help but wonder how many eggplant widows do this simply because they don't believe or haven't noticed that the other woman is actually interested and might be a serious relationship consideration. Guys, let me know, guys, have you heard of this before? I mean, honestly, apparently this is a common thing, right? Guys, let me know what you think of the term eggplant widow, all right? Just like these modern chicks get alpha widowed by a guy, okay? And then can't get over that guy and then just tends to try and settle for some nerd or some moron. Do you guys honestly think that bi chicks get eggplant widowed? And they go over to try and date girls, but they just can't get past the eggplant. So, all right, you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, guys. And I am out of here. Have a good one, guys.